area.org.
Tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments radio show on the second Thursday of each month at 9:05 a.m. until 10 a.m. on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio app, or WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's Sherry's Senior Moments, providing resources and information for our seniors in the community.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Progressive. Naperville police are urging drivers to stay sober this holiday season as part of an increased safety crackdown running through January 5th. Officers will target impaired driving, reminding residents to plan a sober ride home, wear seatbelts, and follow safety tips like using ride shares or public transit. The campaign is part of statewide efforts to prevent holiday DUI and impaired driving incidents. The mayor of Aurora announced a $360,000 donation of personal protective equipment from local company T Innovations. The gear will be used at the city's temporary warming center to help protect vulnerable residents during cold weather. The city also plans to partner with Hesed House to help distribute the PPE throughout the community. Oswego is installing 2 new electric vehicle charging stations downtown. A level 3 dual-port charger will be at Harrison Street lot, and 2 level 2 dual-port chargers will be at Hudson Crossing Park. 7 products sold on Amazon have been recalled nationally due to safety risks. The recalls include baby bath seats, infant walkers, and children's Little Mermaid costumes. Risks range from drowning and injury to toxic chemical exposure. Consumers are advised to stop using the products and contact retailers for refunds. In Kane County, emergency responders rescued a driver from a vehicle that rolled into a creek Thursday morning. The crash happened on Kendall Road around 9:10 a.m., leaving the vehicle upside down and partially submerged. The driver was strapped inside, extricated within 10 minutes, and suffered minor injuries and signs of hypothermia. The patient was taken to a local hospital, and the Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating. Geneva is postponing its curbside leaf pickup until spring after a November snowstorm buried leaves under 9 inches of snow. The final pickup route will resume in the second half of March for residents who missed their third collection, weather permitting. In the meantime, residents can bag leaves for free in December using brown yard waste bags to be picked up on regular garbage days. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from December 16th, 1925. Approve auto parking rules. The City Council today approved the new one-hour parking rules in downtown streets with the simultaneous announcement of the Elgin Merchants Association that 1,000 one-hour parking signs will be erected today. The one-hour rule will remain in vogue during the Christmas rush and until New Year's Day. The public is asked to heed the rule, which is in effect from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. There are no restrictions for holidays and Sundays. Officials of the Elgin Merchants Association appeared before the City Council this morning to make the request. They announced that the signs have been procured at their own cost, and they will erect and remove them.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 38, temperatures falling to around 34. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 28. Temperatures rising to around 30 overnight. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 39, with temperatures falling to around 33 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 33 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Good afternoon, everybody around the world, to a political talk show here on WRMN 1410 AM in Studio 14. I am David Tees. I will be filling in for Dennis Sonar Green today. Normally on Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing the Candidate Tuesday. Well, I lost my candidate for today, so you just got me today. That being said, let's get this show going here. One of the things is we're going to talk about a little bit today is voting. You know, the voting process, look up your candidates, know about your candidates. We're also going to do a little tapping into tomorrow's city council meeting for our tax increase that they're looking for. We'll talk a little bit about that, the time, the date. Well, tomorrow's the date and a location. So, without further ado, let's get this started here. I want to start out with the weather for you right now. Today's high was going to be 35 degrees. I don't know where we're standing out right now. Let me look at that up. 34 degrees, which is pretty good. Low of 29. Looks like we got a full moon going on here, according to this here. Partly cloudy. Tomorrow is going to be 35 for a high. Carbon copy with a low of 30 degrees. On Thursday, we're going to have some rain. There is actually a 76% chance of rain tomorrow with a high of 46 degrees with a low of 13. Wow, that's a temperature change. Maybe things will, watch out, things will freeze up. We get a lot of rain, that's going to freeze up a lot of stuff. Then Friday will be 27 for a high, sunny with a low of 24. And Saturday, we go right back up to 44 degrees. It's an up and down roller coaster weather forecast here at Elgin. So let's talk about the elections. I know Christmas is coming up, and that's the last thing everybody wants to hear. The elections, really? The primaries coming on up here on March 17th, St. Patty's Day? Well, believe it or not, yeah, it is coming. Candidates are out there. The candidates that are on the ballot for the primaries are all set up to go. So they're actually out there doing fundraisers, doing some meet and greets, talking to people. And then after, things calm down, Christmas, we all celebrate the Christmas. Then everybody starts getting ready. January 1st, they all put everything together and start putting their literature together, bagging stuff in and all that. That's what candidates do. And they go to the townships, their PCs, precinct committee people help them out, and start knocking on doors. So starting after January 1st, you're going to have people walking up to your door, knocking on your door, and saying, hi, I'm so-and-so from this township, and both sides of the party. This is going to be not just Republicans, it's going to be Democrats too, knocking on your door or hanging literature on your door for you to look at the candidates that are actually running for office and get you a little bit of update. So let's talk about that. You're going to get literature put on your door, or they might knock on your door and talk to you, hand it to you, answer any questions you have. Sometimes it's going to be the candidates. Sometimes it's going to be precinct committee people. That's their job. That's their duty. They want to get elected, and they want to help their candidate get elected too. One of the things, they're not trying to sell you anything. I know everybody's got Ring doorbells. They see somebody at your door, and it's, oh, this guy's trying to sell me solar panels or stuff like that. That's not the fact. They're just out there trying to get you to see what the candidates are. And if you do get the literature, open it up, look at it, see who the candidates are. I mean, and then this is the best thing you could do, because this is your future. This is your taxes. This is the laws. These are a lot of things that you want these people doing in Senate, in Congress, state levels, state senators, state reps, governor races up. Also, too, is you want to make sure, Kane County Board has an election, so those are out there. So this is actually a general election, but not a presidential election. But when you get these literature, my suggestion is look at it and take a look at what the candidates are offering. And then go to your computer, your iPad, or even on your phone and Google that candidate. Find out everything you can about them, because you're going to have, after January 1st, 3 months to decide who you're going to vote for. And I would actually pay attention to their voting record. If they're an incumbent, I would see if that person is on the ballot, how many years they've been in office. You can look at their voting record. Is that candidate good for you? They voted to raise my taxes repeatedly, or this candidate voted not to raise your taxes and fought it, even though the tax increase might have happened. But at least that candidate stuck up for you. He did what he said he was going to do. He was going to fight to stop taxes. But not every candidate can do that when they're outnumbered on either side of the party. So it's obviously everybody's trying to come together, which we'd like to see, and start working this out. There's other options out there besides just coming to mom and dad and asking for more money like my 13-year-old does, eating me out of house and home, and taxes going up. It's hurting my pocketbook. I'm not a millionaire. I don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I'm just a blue-collar worker doing a blue-collar job. So you actually got to realize that when a person's in office and they don't listen to you, that's not the person you want in office. You want somebody that actually is going to listen to you. And don't think that your vote doesn't count. It really does count, because of the fact is that you're the person out there voting for that person. You're the one sending a message out there. If this incumbent has been in office for too long and doesn't care about the community or likes to raise your taxes, it doesn't look for other options, that's not the person for you. But then again, if it's not an incumbent, you actually also have to look at the person that's running against them. They may have ran for another office. They may try to be a different position in the county or in the state or in the federal level. Why didn't they win? Maybe because it was, a high demographic Republican or Democratic area that they were running in, and vice versa. Who knows? This is why it's up to you, the voters, to do your research, do your homework, actually. Believe it or not, when you're an adult and you're paying taxes and you're paying bills and you're watching your wallet shrink, believe it or not, you have to start doing homework. Homework never stops for anybody. If you're in school or if you're an adult now. I mean, you got to do math to balance your checkbook and your accounts. You got to know when to say no. I mean, that's the main thing. This is where it's got to stop. So that's why I'm trying to tell everybody, get out there, look at your candidates. And then when you decide, you got 3 months to watch if anything changes with them. A conspiracy, there's going to be mudslinging. You're the voter. You're the one that has to make up your mind what you're going to do, how you're going to vote. I wouldn't pay attention to mudslinging and all that stuff. That's always in politics. Everybody's got to say something bad about somebody else, but they never say anything good about an opponent that they're challenging. It would be nice, but that's not how it goes in politics. It's like a boxing match. So remember, these people are out there knocking on your doors. They're called precinct committee people, PC for short. What is a precinct committee person? Well, let me tell you really quick. Both sides of the party, for example, in Elgin, there's called Elgin Township. There's an Elgin Township Republicans and there's an Elgin Township Democrats. Both of them actually work for the candidates. It's a non-paying position. Yes, in order to be a PC, two ways happen. Number one, you can get petitions signed, 10 petitions minimum. You'd like to get 20. You turn them into the clerk's office, and they put you on the ballot if you want to be an elected PC. That goes for both sides. And then you're on the ballot in the March 17th election. I have done it. I'm actually on my 6th time of doing it. It's a 2-year term. You're a volunteer. You're the working bee for your party. You're out there knocking on doors, getting petitions signed. You're out there knocking on doors or dropping off literature. You're phone banking. You're stuffing bags for candidates so they could be hung on doors. That's what precinct committee people do. And it's a job. Believe it or not, it's a job. But it doesn't take up a lot of your time. I enjoy doing it. Ever since I became a precinct committee person 6 years ago, I actually have met so many people, so many interesting people, good people, friends. I made a lot more friends than I ever have just by sitting at home on my couch or just watching reruns of Emergency or MASH, which I like to do, by the way. Right now I'm binging on Emergency. I haven't seen that show since I was a kid. But these people are out there working for their candidate. They're trying to get a message out. So if you want to become a PC, the other way you could do it is actually becoming an appointed PC. Go into your township Republican or Democrat meetings, knowing the time and the date, showing on up, watching, listening, observing, asking questions, and then I would say after maybe 2 or 3 meetings, you decide if it's good for you. You decide if this is what you want to do, is to be a precinct committee person. I enjoy it, which actually led me into running for Kane County Board in District 22. And that was another adventure I liked doing. Even though I lost my election, but it was fun. I wasn't disappointed. I went out there. I worked hard. I stood outside of polling places at early voting and the day of the election, passing out literature. I had volunteers doing that for me, and it was fun. So it's a stepping stone to become, and maybe in office or getting into there. Because I'll tell you what, if I would have won the Kane County Board race, or if I would have won any election, which I only ran for one, by the way, okay, which was Kane County Board. That was my biggest one. Being a PC, really, you go unopposed, okay? I did both 3 times. But sometimes you're getting primary. There's somebody else that might want to be a PC in that precinct. We call them precincts. Like, for example, I got to get to that part here. Elgin Township has 52 precincts on both sides of the party. And each township probably averages about 20 PCs, some appointed, some elected. So there's a lot of area to cover in Elgin because we're like, the 5th, 6th largest city in Illinois. And we should be proud of that because Elgin is growing. And the main thing is that when I did become a PC, went to the meetings, took 3 of them, like I just said, I decided I want to run for Kane County Board. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, City Council, ECC Board, Kane County Board, state reps, on and on down. Why would I want to raise my own taxes? There are other options that we could do besides raising our own taxes if you're a politician. And people, you have a say to the politicians that are in office right now. You should email them. If you're not happy about something, conditions of your roads, the higher taxes, okay, crime, schools, email them. Any one of them. Tell them how you feel, and hopefully you get a reply. I hope they reply back. That's what I would like to do if I was in office. I'd respond back to everybody. It's hard to get everybody, but at least take the time of responding back to the voters, to the taxpayers. This is a time where we're at this in my opinion, we're at this balancing point in our economy right now and in our country where it could go bad, it could go good. So that's why having the right people in office is why it's so important that you vote, do your research on them. I'd like to see it, all of us want to see it go up. The economy surge, jobs surge, and it goes that way, you know. Watching the stock market like I do, I'm not invested in the stock market, Lord. That would be something. It goes up and down. Like right now, it closed at minus 302 on the Dow Jones, okay? Last week, it was up quite a few days. Matter of fact, we actually hit we're in at 48,000 right now, but we were at 47 before last week. And so it goes up and down. But that kind of tells you how the economy is going. Not thoroughly, but voting is something that you have to go out and do. I mean, I vote every election. My daughter is legally blind. She's 36 years old. When she got her voter's registration card, she went out and voted. And I help her out. I give her the names of the candidates, and she says yes or no. So it's her decision. I have to sign a waiver before we actually go into there that I am not influencing her in any way or voting for her. I do sit there and tell her, because there's election judges in there and poll watchers, which we will talk about here in a second too, that actually monitor and watch what's going on. So, I mean, it's not like you're going to get away with it. I don't know who Big Hugs and High Fives is, said hello or hey yo, David. I want to say hey yo back on the YouTube page here. But back where we were saying, so election judges and poll watchers monitor what goes on inside of polling places. Now, how do you become an election judge or a poll watcher? Wow. Poll watchers, you can sign up at the clerk's office. And same thing, you can check in with the clerk's office about becoming an election judge or a poll watcher, or you can check in with your township's PC, like I said, I'm in Elgin Township Republicans, and there's Elgin Township Democrats. You can go to the meetings, talk to anybody on the executive board or anybody that's knowledgeable in the meeting saying, hey, I want to become a poll watcher or an election judge. Now, a poll watcher, they watch what goes on, and they actually get called over to the clerk's office when the mail-in ballots come in to monitor that when the post office delivers them. My mom and my Aunt Debbie have been poll watchers for quite a long time. One of the things is election judges. Election judges are a lot different. They're the ones that take everybody coming in, looking at your IDs, giving you your card to go in and vote, marking you down that you voted. But when you're an election judge, you can't run for office. So you have to bow out of that. And we're shorthanded. We are shorthanded across the board with poll watchers and election judges. We need more of them, because these are people that actually monitor what goes on in the elections and make sure things stay fair. And sometimes during an election, sometimes they have to call the clerk's office in if there's an issue, or they call the clerk's office if there's an issue. The state's attorney's office does random checks over at polling places while they're open, just to make sure everything's on the up and up. I've seen that out there passing literature. So we got to make sure that the elections are done fair, even with mail-in ballots. So, like I said, poll watchers, election judges, PCs, even if the next, after this, general election is in November, the primaries are March 17th. Then after that, believe it or not, is another consolidated election for village presidents, trustees, the other half of city council. They split 4-4, So, I mean, that might be a time you might want to get up and run for office, run for city council, run for trustee in a township. See, just to clear that trustee part there with the townships, there's an Elgin Township Democrat Party, Elgin Township Republican Party. Then there is the Elgin Township Government Department, which is actually elected officials. The supervisor for the Elgin Township is Vern Tepe. Okay, Vern oversees what goes on in Elgin Township. And then the road commissioner is Jason Crappy, which are two separate things, but that's where your tax money goes to that. Your tax money doesn't go to the Republican or the Democrat parties as a PC. We are not a government body. We don't make laws. We don't make ordinances. We just help candidates. And but what the township part is, they got trustees, they got a treasurer, they got I can't remember the other part here. They got the staff inside of there. So that being said, I mean, you got to actually, they got an assessor. That's the one I couldn't remember right there. They're all voted spots. I mean, that's small local government, but that's where your tax money also goes to too. So when you look at your tax bill, which you should, schools, forest reserves, county, city, townships, state, federal, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and ACC. Can't forget about that one, because ECC just last Tuesday raised our property tax in a unanimous vote of all ayes to raise your property taxes 4.6%. That will start effective January 1st. I was there. I did speak up about it because I was there on 2023, spoke up about it, passed, which I didn't want it to. And then 2024 was there, spoke up about it, passed again. 2025, got up, spoke about it, passed again. And now, I'll bet you anything, and I'm not a betting man, but I'm pretty much going to say it's going to happen in 2026. I think I'm going to be back up there doing it again. Let's hope not. To a point, it's got to end. It seems like, I don't know about you, but every time I turn around, somebody's taxing us. If it's the city, if it's the township, if it's the county, ECC, the state, every time we turn around, it's like we're getting hit tax after tax after tax after tax. I can go on and on and on and on with that. So I don't know why. Is it money mismanagement? I mean, I got theories as to why we should be having taxes, and I'll give them to you right now. Over the last 10 years, we've had 10 years ago started video poker machines. You see them in the video poker machine places and bars and restaurants. Okay, that's new revenue. And then 7 years ago, legalized marijuana. Legalized marijuana is popping up everywhere. Elgin has one. Carpentersville has one. It seems like everybody. Elgin's doing another one, I heard, on Randall Road. I think the old Boston Market. Not sure if that's, still full in effect. I don't see any construction going on over there. But that's new revenue. And that's not small revenue right now. And believe it or not, like Carpentersville has a pot dispensary over by the old Spring Hill Mall. And they take in, I believe I was told, $1.1 million in revenue. The video poker machines give them $700,000 in revenue, to a point where they're taking in more money than they can, where the village president, John Skillman, wants to give it back to the people, because instead of just keeping the money and just spending it on stuff they don't need or stupid stuff, he actually wants to give it back to the people. So, I mean, these are increased revenue coming in. And you got to remember, it goes to local and it goes to state. Now, this is the other one. 2 years ago, legalized sports betting started. Legalized sports betting is a $52 billion a year industry. State of Illinois gets a big portion of that. I mean, a large portion of it. I don't think they take all of it. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on that part right there, because that's still new to me. I don't do legalized sports betting. Nor do I go to a pot dispensary. It's the fact is, so just think about it. The last 10 years, these are new revenues for all these municipalities, and we're still raising taxes. And you got to ask yourself, why? Why? Is it because we're increasing workers in government? Is it because are we paying for pensions of unions now in government since Amendment 1 Act has passed? It's beyond belief as to how much, and I know the cost of living has gone up. Don't get me wrong. I go to the grocery store, I shop. Meat's expensive, food's expensive, veggies are expensive, clothing is expensive. People, I get the cost of living raises. So after this commercial break, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to talk a little bit more about this voting stuff, and then I want to talk to you about what's going to happen tomorrow in the city of Elgin with their proposed tax increase, and what some say about it, what some don't say about it. So stay tuned to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN 1410 AM, downtown Elgin in Studio 14. Get ready for the second half of the Political Talk Show.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Starbucks. In Kane County, emergency responders rescued a driver from a vehicle that rolled into a creek Thursday morning. The crash happened on Kendall Road around 9:10 a.m., leaving the vehicle upside down and partially submerged. The driver was strapped inside, extricated within 10 minutes, and suffered minor injuries and signs of hypothermia. The patient was taken to a local hospital, and the Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating. Geneva is postponing its curbside leaf pickup until spring after a November snowstorm buried leaves under 9 inches of snow. The final pickup route will resume in the second half of March for residents who missed their third collection, weather permitting. In the meantime, residents can bag leaves for free in December using brown yard waste bags to be picked up on regular garbage days. Naperville police are urging drivers to stay sober this holiday season as part of an increased safety crackdown running through January 5th. Officers will target impaired driving, reminding residents to plan a sober ride home, wear seatbelts, and follow safety tips like using ride shares or public transit. The campaign is part of statewide efforts to prevent holiday DUI and impaired driving incidents. The mayor of Aurora announced a $360,000 donation of personal protective equipment from local company T Innovations. The gear will be used at the city's temporary warming center to help protect vulnerable residents during cold weather. The city also plans to partner with Hesed House to help distribute the PPE throughout the community. Oswego is installing 2 new electric vehicle charging stations downtown. A level 3 dual-port charger will be at Harrison Street Lot, and 2 level 2 dual-port chargers will be at Hudson Crossing Park. 7 products sold on Amazon have been recalled nationally due to safety risks. The recalls include baby bath seats, infant walkers, and children's Little Mermaid costumes. Risks range from drowning and injury to toxic chemical exposure. Consumers are advised to stop using the products and contact retailers for refunds. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 38, temperatures falling to around 34, and gusty winds. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 28, temperatures rising to around 30 overnight. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 39, temperatures falling to around 33 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 32 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
America, and welcome back to WRMN 1410 AM, a political talk show. I am David Tees, filling in for Dennis Sonar Green today on a political talk show on a Tuesday. So I'm glad to be here with you guys. I like being here. This is fun, and it's great to have the opportunity to do this. So if you want to call in, you can actually call in at 847-931-1410, or, which I don't have the call-ins in front of me, but I think I memorized numbers pretty good. You can also text us at 505-926-1410, or you can actually make comments, which I have people already making comments here on WRMN YouTube.com. And actually, I see Downtown Jose says, good show, David Tees. Rams going to win the Super Bowl. You know what, Downtown, I am going to say you're probably right on that one. I actually personally think it's going to be Denver and the Rams. Originally, I thought it was going to be Cincinnati at the beginning of the season and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not seeing that anymore as the season is panning out. Why do I know this? Because actually on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., I do Fantasy Football Blitz with me and John Payne and Graham Boder. Graham is 13 years old. Does a pretty good job on there. So tune in for that show. It's a lot of fun. Or you can watch and listen to the morning show with Susie C. and Elliot, the L Train Serrano, which is a fun, perky show. Everybody likes it. I listen to when I'm doing my paperwork in the morning or chilling out before I get ready to go to work, and listen to my band too. I call in once in a while. It's a fun show, and it's a great show, I think. Those two are a great, perfect morning show hosts. It's a lot of fun, a lot of joking around, and that's what you need in the morning. Wake up, get ready for work, put it on your smart device, Alexa, Surus, you can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube on your telephone. You can also click and subscribe when you're on YouTube and become a subscriber there to WRMN 1410 on YouTube, because you can make comments on the YouTube page, which is actually, they like the comments. They like a lot of comments in the morning show. We also have, right after that, the community hour at 9. And then at 10 o'clock, we have the news with Dennis Sonar Green at 10 o'clock. And then out to lunch with Matt McNeil. And then talk time with Tammy and friends. And then after that, a political talk show, except for on Friday, there's no talk time with Tammy and friends, because that's Dino's Night Out. He has a great show, brings in bands, interviews a lot of local bands, a lot of celebrities. He had Mr. Hundley, Ken Hundley, sorry, in here talking about his batting machines and his golf machines, which was very impressive. I like that show. That was a really good segment. I actually participated in one, and I listened to a couple others here. And then after Tammy during the weekdays, Monday through Thursday, Dino on Fridays, is a political talk show with Dennis Sonar Green. Another great show if you want to know what's going on in your world with politics, news, to see what he's got to say about elections coming on up here too, such as I do. And then at 5 o'clock is the news again, which, you know what? It's local news. I actually like having the news at 10, and I actually like listening to the news at 5. And then after that is Derek Geyer with Big Top Sports. And yesterday he had a really good show because Bears won. Bears won on Sunday, so he had a lot to talk about the Bears. Other sports, basketball, hockey, college. I don't know if he dabbles in college basketball too much. It's a lot to follow. It really is with college basketball. It's hard to pay attention to, except for March Madness. Then on Saturdays, we got Fantasy Football Blitz at 9 and On to Rise at 10 on Saturdays. And then on Sundays, well, actually, it's going to be this Saturday. The Bears are playing at Saturday night. And they'll be playing the Green Bay Packers. I'll tell you what, you could, if you want to, if you're driving Saturday or you want to sit at home, you can listen to Chicago Bears here on WRMN 1410 AM live. Listening to Jeff Joniak talking Bears, and they got pre-games and all that stuff. So you can just turn the TV down, turn on WRMN radio, and listen to Chicago Bears, because we are the home of the Chicago Bears. And the Bears are really having a great season. We got to be a lot to be excited about with that right now. Hopefully, playoff, hopefully, who knows? Sky's the limit. Super Bowl. Sorry, downtown Jose. If the Bears go to the Super Bowl, I know you'll like it. Okay, let's get back to a political talk show with Talking. I want to talk to you guys about something here. ECC last Tuesday, like I said, voted for a tax increase. City of Elgin tomorrow at 6:30 actually has they're going to be making a vote on a 13% tax increase. Now, let's get some things started. You're allowed to come there. You can write your name down. You can speak. You can hold up signs. You can voice your opinion. The city of Elgin hasn't had a tax increase in over 11 years. I get that part. But like I talked about earlier, about all the new revenue we've been taking in, they actually are pushing for this. And one of the things that I like anybody in the county, in the state, villages or city with a tax increase, but it's only going to be $12.50 a month or this much a year. I mean, they try to go with the little numbers, but I got news for you folks. There's a lot of seniors. There's a lot of people. We're still out there struggling. The economy's slowly getting better, but it's not going at a fast enough pace. Jobs. I have some friends that are out of work, looking for jobs, struggling, and all that stuff. $12.50 may not seem enough, a lot, sorry, but it is to some people, seniors especially. Seniors out there are on a fixed income. And when you get hit by ECC and now the city of Elgin and the state of Illinois, of course, they got to do it. Going back to the point of being attacked by taxes. It's a tax monster out there. If I was on city council, I would find other options. I would actually consider the fact of looking around, making cuts, stop painting traffic boxes. I mean, one of the things I did see, and I'm not knocking the city at all whatsoever, okay? But as a taxpayer, some of the things I've seen is like over on Edison Street, they did it turns into Wing Park Boulevard from Larkin, Highland, Larkin right there, where Highland past there. They hand painted. I watched them hand paint a bike path on the road with green paint, and had the bike symbols on there. Why not have just a white line and a bicycle symbol? I don't know why we had to hand paint it with rollers. I watched the guys do it in the heat. It just seemed a little senseless to me. I mean, that's where we could save money. And if we can't afford it in our shopping carts, then we shouldn't. If you can't spend the money because you're on a budget and all that stuff, then why are we spending the money in city council? We got to cut back a little bit. I hate to say the word layoffs and all that. If we got too much personnel, nobody likes that word, but there's got to be other solutions to raising people's taxes. Me, myself, if I was on the city council, I would find other options. I wouldn't want to raise my own taxes. That's the last thing we do, because you live here and you're paying the same taxes too. You got hit by ECC. You got hit by the county. Kane County try to do a sales tax increase, and that got passed. ECC passed. And tomorrow, I hope that the city council listens to the voters, listens to the citizens, and realizes that, hey, maybe we should sit back, think about other alternatives. Let's get the pencil and the papers out to see where we're going at. 'Cause like I said, video poker machines, pot dispensaries are new in Elgin over the last 10 years. That's new revenue. And we actually have to start thinking about us at our pocketbooks, because Christmas is coming up. Less presents under the tree, you know. Me and my wife don't get each other anything because we figure it's senseless of buying each other a Christmas gift, because, we rather see the smile on the kids' faces when they open up a lot of Christmas presents. So why spend the money on each other? Besides that, if we want to get something, we'll go out and get it ourselves. You know what I mean? I did get her a birthday present. It was kind of nice, but we don't like to spend money on each other. We know where it's got to go. Pay your bills, pay your taxes. When you got a kid that's 13 years old, 5'7", 150 pounds, eating me out of house and home, which he is literally. Kids eat a lot, and they all want that Xbox, and they all want that, cell phone, and they want, and they grow out of clothes so fast. It's unbelievable. So that being said, so go to the meeting tomorrow. Voice your opinion. See if we can get them to persuade. If worse comes to worse, instead of doing 13%, negotiate to 5%. I mean, there's got to be a breaking point one way or another as to how we can fix this instead of sticking it to us. Because I know 11 years is a long time without a tax increase, and that says that they've been doing things the right way. The only thing I'm fear about is that this passes, which a lot of these tax increases passes, they give themselves a pay raise. I don't know when the last time city councilmen got pay raise. They have jobs. It's not a full-time job. But in Elgin here, we need more businesses. We need to have, I know we got more housing coming on, but there's impact fees. Impact fees are a lot of money. I know back in 2008 and all that stuff, they're like, what, 20, 25,000. If you don't know what an impact fee is, when a new house is being built and the builder or the homeowner building their own houses have to pay an impact fee. It's a one-time fee, but that actually covers for more people, more houses. That means you need more fire protection, you need more police protection, more snow plows, and also more schooling, okay? And the impact fees don't all go to the city of Elgin. It gets spread out between Kane County, Elgin, the state. So, I mean, everybody gets a little bit of that impact fees, but those, I don't even know what they are right now. I'm sure they're pretty high. See, that's another thing is, so if they say, hey, Elgin is growing. Well, yeah, but you kind of cover that on the impact fees, and I get it. But I don't see a lot of growth in Elgin. We're at a stalemate. I don't see a lot of growth, not just in Elgin, in a lot of municipalities. We're seeing like everywhere across the Fox Valley area, up and down the river, we are all at the same pace. I mean, yeah, there is some housing going on, but businesses ain't building. The only building, and commercial-wise, that I see going on around Elgin is the ECC building. And I know the schools are expanding. They're doing an expansion project and building the new schools around here at Kimball and Abbott Middle School is going to be, it's old. It's going to be building another school there too. I get it. You got to do that stuff, but that's with the schools. I'd like to see some numbers of population growth here in Elgin compared to 11 years ago. A lot of people moving out of the state of Illinois because we are, believe this or not, people, think about this. We are the, third, second highest tax county in the United States in Kane County, not just Elgin, just Kane County alone. And it just seems like everybody in Kane County government is just dipping into our pocketbook. Now, I'm not knocking them, and I know it's tough decisions to make out there. When you're on that board or you're on that council, it's a tough decision to make as to how and where you're going to get the money from. But when you're a municipality getting a tax increase every year, I get that. What do? Talking to a city council member? I mean, do you raise the gas tax in Elgin, the food tax in Elgin, the sales tax in Elgin? You know what? Maybe that has to be done. I mean, gas is coming down, and a couple pennies on your gas tax go to the city of Elgin. It adds up. You know, people aren't going to go to another city or another county. I mean, people don't go to Kane County from Cook County to get their gas because it's 5 cents cheaper, 10 cents cheaper, because you're wasting gas to go get cheaper gas. Doesn't make sense. Do the math. So, hello, Brendan. I see you out there. Brendan's a great kid. That being said, let's get out there. Voice your opinion. Let's tell them how you feel. And then maybe there could be a negotiation. Maybe something can break and everybody comes together and comes up with a good solution. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm hoping for. Because Elgin has a lot to offer. We do actually here. But we do have room for growth. We need to have more growth, especially downtown. I would love to see a lot of things happening in Elgin. I have talked about in the past, I'd like to see a indoor-outdoor water park. I got the location picked, hotel setup, you know, so it's a setup, hotel, restaurants into there, indoor-outdoor water park. People could come from all over, hang out in Elgin, movie theaters, Heaven's Auditorium, which has great musicals and plays and orchestras into there. So, I mean, there is stuff to do, but we need more stuff to do to have fun here. We need more kids programs. We need to have more stuff to do. I know we had to get rid of the ice skating rink behind City Hall, but hopefully that comes back. But once again, you're worried about people going to other municipalities. Santa's Village in East Dundee has their ice skating rink open now. So we're going to another municipality to spend money. So hopefully we all come together, we fix this up, and we work it out. I will be there myself. I will be speaking pretty much about what I'm saying here today. Something else I want to talk about in the community here that we're all done with taxes and PCs and all that other stuff. I want to talk about a couple of things with community here. Last Friday and Saturday, we had a 2-day self-defense training class for a program called Somebody's Daughter is Loved. Somebody's Daughter is Loved.org is the website for this. It was founded by Gianna Winkler. She's very passionate about this program. The seminar that they had, the self-defense classes, was about self-defense. I'm going to give you a little bit of what I saw because I'm involved into this program, and it was they had these instructors that came from, I believe, Michigan, or I forgot what state they were from. They were instructors that were Marines, because once a Marine, always a Marine. Bottom line is that they were teaching women awareness in the parking lots, in a restaurant, because there's a lot of drugs being slipped into women's drinks at bars, restaurants, and banquet halls, wedding receptions, and stuff like that. What her goal is to put a stop to that. So what I saw was these men and one woman. They were very good. They were teaching them, be aware in the parking lots, do this. That was the first 2 hours. That was on Friday. And we had about 10 women show up. That's a great start. That was the first one we ever did. And congratulations, Gia. It's a movement that's now McHenry wants her to put on a seminar over to there. But it takes money to do that. And since this is a nonprofit organization that will be eventually going to high schools, to colleges, hopefully around the United States and hopefully around the world, this being said, it takes money to do this. So reaching out to bring in these instructors to get the room and all that stuff costs money. And that's what we're looking for. Donors in the future here that want to get involved. Men can take a pledge to protect women. That's really cool. I like that part. So back with the training part here is that they were, on the next day, they were teaching women how to get out being tied up with the following items. Rope. They were teaching them how to get out of that in case you're put in a kidnapped or something like that and you're tied up. Duct tape. Duct tape was very interesting. You think you can't get out of duct tape once you're in it. I could not believe how easy it is to get out of duct tape if your hands and your feet are actually duct tape. Zip ties. Zip ties was totally interesting. as to how you get out of a zip tie. You think you can't get out of a zip tie because you don't got scissors or a knife, right? One of the things is it's like a simple string, fishing line. And if you can get it looped around both of your feet and around the zip tie, and you move your feet back and forth, and you start working that string, it heats up the zip tie, and you can pop it free because the plastic starts melting. Same thing with the other plastic clear tape they use for packaging. That's a very stronger tape too. Same thing. You're rubbing it up against a door corner or a table corner or a desk, a dresser, a door hinge. How you can get out of that. It was just interesting. It was amazing. And the women were loving this. They were actually eyes all wide open, and they were just amazed. They had handcuffs with shackles on them. He showed the women how to get out of those by having a hair clip because it does a certain way, pop, pop. He was right out of there in seconds. So if you have a hair clip on you or inside of your pants when you go out there, looped into there, they don't see it. Those are other ways. But this is awareness. This is how they were teaching women how to get free. Then the second, that was a 4-hour class. First day was 2, Saturday was 4. Second one was self-defense. Yeah, there were how to get out of a situation, how to kick somebody, back away, keep your distance, stuff like that. It was an amazing 2 days. I loved watching it. I liked the women. They were having fun, smiles on their faces. They were learning something. They would love to do it again. So there's more of this stuff coming up in the future. So if you go to somebodysdaughterisloved.org, go onto the website, donate, watch it out. I know that we videotaped both seminars, and I'll tell you this right now. It will be posted here soon. Hopefully it goes on TikTok and all that stuff. Check it out. Check out the website. Look at it. This is all about protecting women. And hey, guess what? I have 2 daughters and no grandkids yet. But if you got daughters, if you got granddaughters, I would be very, very interested in looking into this site because eventually we're going to get laws that are going to be tougher laws. We're going to lobby down in Springfield to get really tough, strict laws if you're caught with the drug or if you put it in a women's drink. We got stuff that women can get in kits for free that covers your drinks, certain bottle caps that go over there, scrunchies that go over the top of the glass, a little bit of mace, simple stuff. I mean, just to protect yourselves out there. So guys, take that oath. Go on that website. Take that oath that you will protect women when you're out there in a bar. Well, we're not done. We're going to be talking to bar owners. We'll have our logo onto there. We're going to do a complete awareness program for this stuff. And, Gia, kudos to you for stepping up and doing something to help protect women. I know you're very passionate about this. You're doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work because we have a long way to go. We have a lot of places to be at to get this fixed and make women safe out there. That being said, go tomorrow night, 6:30, City Hall. Voice your opinion. Say something. Like I said, I will be there. We're getting close to the top of the hour. Well, here comes our music. I want to thank you all for listening today. Sorry I was boring. I didn't have a candidate today on Candidate Tuesday. And I thought I would inform you guys about the elections, this program, everything that we can talk about. Stay tuned for the news coming up here. Listen again to a political talk show on Wednesday with Dennis Sonar Green on WRMN 1410. He will be back for sure. Everybody, have a good night. Stay safe. I'll be heading home and having dinner. If you have anything you need to say, Derek Geyer's Big Top Sports at 6 o'clock. Call him. Talk about the Bears. Talk about sports. He will be listening and ready to talk to you. Once again, WRMN 1410 AM, downtown Elgin, Studio 14. Have a good evening.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for